Good evening, students. Today we are going to discuss the fifth and sixth determining factor of temperature in India. In earlier classes, we have already discussed the location, the influences of Himalaya, altitude and distance of the sea regarding or in aspect of the climate of India. So these are the factors which are affects or controls the climate of India. Today our topic of discussion is western disturbances and tropical cyclone, and then lastly the upper air current and jet stream. The upper air current and jet stream. These two factors will be discussed today primarily. In this case, the western disturbances and tropical cyclone, it can be divided into two parts. Western disturbances is a part where influences the western part of India, and tropical cyclones is a next part which influences the eastern part of India. Now come to the map and let's discuss regarding the factor. In winter, there is a low pressure belt occurs in the western part of India along with Pakistan, Iraq and Afghanistan, and up to it is the Mediterranean Sea, which is located in western part of India. Main depression belt originates in Mediterranean Sea, and after that the result comes to this portion, that is Punjab, Haryana, Himachal Pradesh. This portion getting effects by the low pressure of Mediterranean Sea. As there is low pressure originates or occurs here, low pressure, the westerlies or the western winds are coming from western part of India, crossing Iraq, Pakistan and Afghanistan, and enters into Punjab, Himachal Pradesh, some part of Uttar Pradesh, Delhi. Here we can see heavy rainfall in winter due to the western disturbance which coming from Mediterranean Sea, and heavy snowfall in these areas, that is Himachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand some parts and Jammu Kashmir some parts. So western disturbance is a great phenomena which affects some part of India, or rather to say that the western part of India, and affected states are Punjab, Haryana, Himachal Pradesh, to some extent Kashmir and Uttarakhand, and some extent of Uttar Pradesh, Delhi. Here we can see a havoc rainfall in winter and havoc snowfall in Himalayan range in winter. Okay. Now this part, coming to this part, the tropical cyclone. This part originates or affects in eastern part of India. This part affects this area, that is coastal area, southern portion of West Bengal, eastern portion of Orissa, thundering storm, etc. It is all the weathering conditions are laying at atmosphere. So 0 to 18 kilometer is a range where you can see the total weatherial phenomena. Now the jet stream and air current of the upper layer of the sky, or on the upper layer of the atmosphere or on the upper layer of the troposphere is a regulating factor or ruling factor or controlling factor regarding the onset of monsoonal wind and departure of the monsoonal wind. So monsoon comes at India due to these 6 points. Also it is an important point that the upper layer air current and jet stream are the regulating factors to snatch or to onset the monsoon in India and to departure the monsoon from India. Now, come to the word monsoon. What is monsoon? Monsoon is a Arabic word meaning season, and actual meaning is seasonal rainfall. To describe a system of alternating winds over the Arabian Sea, it can say that it is a land and sea bridges on a large scale, and both are caused due to differential heating of land and sea. Then what is monsoon? What is monsoon? Monsoon is a wind. It is a wind, or it can be said as land and sea breeze. Now look at the map of the India. The peninsular India has been covered by sea bodies or water bodies in 3 sides. That Arabian Sea in western part, Indian Ocean in southern part, and the Bay of Bengal in eastern part. Now in physics you can see that any solid state or solid mass can be heated earlier and it goes cooling also earlier, but liquid state or liquid masses heats takes additional time to be heated and takes additional time to be cooled. Now when Indian peninsula goes under excessive heat in summer, then these areas are these Arabian Sea, Indian Ocean and the Bay of Bengal, these remains comparatively cooler, and here remains high pressure belt. Here remains high pressure belt. Here also remained high pressure belt. Here also. Then according to the law of air, the breezes or winds crosses towards the land masses. Okay, why it crosses towards the land masses? Because here low pressure belt exists. To cover up the low pressure belt, the winds comes from the sea bodies or water bodies and crosses towards the low pressure belt. Here the Bay of Bengal also pushes winds into the continental peninsula, and Indian Ocean also pushes the wind into the peninsular India, and the Bay of Bengal, the Arabian Sea also pushes the sea breeze into the peninsular India. That's why monsoon comes. And what is monsoon? It is a land and sea breeze in large scale. It can be called as land and sea breeze in large scale, which occurs havoc rainfall into India, which occurs havoc rainfall into India in a particular season. Why rainfall occurs in India in particular season? As I said earlier, that here is low pressure belt extends in summer, where the high pressure belt extends here as summer in Arabian Sea and Bay of Bengal and Indian Ocean also. Also, the southeast trade wind, which comes this direction from below the equatorial belt, and it, according to Farrell's law, it changes its direction into southwest and enters into the Indian territory, and the total India near about undergoes to monsoonal rainfall, and this is the blessing of monsoon in India to be a cultivated land or to develop economy by cultivation. So monsoon is an important phenomena in our country. Now, if you get question such as that what is monsoon? Monsoon is a land and sea breeze. Monsoon winds can call as land and sea breeze on a large scale. What it has been written that what is monsoon? Monsoon can be called as land and sea breezes on large scale. Now have a repetitive study upon the factors that controls or affects the Indian climate or climate of India. We have noted here that first and foremost point is location. India located in tropical region, or rather you can say that the Tropic of Cancer have been divided Indian territory into two different parts, northern part and southern part, as we have discussed in earlier classes. Next one, the influence of Himalaya. It is a resistant or resisting factor which resists Indian continent from the mid-Asian highly cool wind which comes in winter, and it intercepts the rain-bearing winds. It is an important factor that Himalaya exists in the northwestern to northeastern part. So, the influence of Himalaya, it is a factor that it intercepts the monsoonal wind, and that's why the monsoonal wind rains throughout India as the Himalaya is there. Altitude. You know the Himalayan areas are, or the Himalayan stations, hill stations are in high altitude, where I have already mentioned there is a math or there is a measurement according to height how it is decreases upward. The temperature decreases upwards, and there is a measurement. I have already discussed that in earlier class. So the highly altituded areas will be cooler than the lower areas, which are located in sea level, at sea level, or in low altitude. Now, distance from the sea, areas who are distant from the sea, there you can see the continental type of climate, or the moderate type, or the absolute type of climate, or you can say continental type of climate. But adjacent to the sea area, in the subcontinent, southern portion and southwestern and southeastern portion, there will be comparatively moderate climate. That's why the three water bodies which are surrounded India in shown in map, that are important for rainfall in India in monsoonal time. Now, these point, western disturbance and tropical cyclone, I have divided into two parts. That one is in western part of India, where low pressure exists and wind comes from Mediterranean Sea, and we can see resulting that there is a rainfall in winter in Punjab, Haryana, Delhi, Uttar Pradesh some part, and havoc snowfall in Himachal Pradesh, etc. I have shown in map. And tropical cyclones occurs in the eastern part of India, that southern part of Bengal and eastern part of Orissa. They are sudden heat, excessive heat occurs, and then a sudden low pressure belt, deep pressure belt originates, and then the breezes from Bay of Bengal come to cover up this low pressure belt area, and rainfall occurs due to this cause. So, the Kalboishaki and the Amrovrishti are the important phenomena occurs due to tropical cyclone. And next, the upper air current and jet stream are also important in the regulation of monsoonal wind, that the upper air current attracts, and jet stream also attracts pushes or attracts the monsoon wind to come in India in a particular time, and it pushes to go back from Indian subcontinent in a particular time. So, when the monsoonal rain will come, it depends upon these factors also.